I hear a pop, I smell a burning. Before you know it, the entire power in that building, completely black. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I'm about to be expelled. Hi, I'm Brandon Rogers, and this is the most embarrassing moment of my high school career. I learned very quickly that there are more things to fail at than your grades. Well, the year was 2003. Wait, yeah, I graduated in 06, I was a sophomore in 2004. Well, the year was about 2004. I was 16 at the time. You could call me the poster boy for Hot Topic. Chains hanging out of every orifice in my clothes. My hair was full of dyes. My body was full of fat. Lots of pimples. I was just a typical metal-looking piece of trash. And take this rotten child, put him in a theater setting. Hungry for approval, I joined the drama class. Back then, we didn't have social media, so you had to get people to legitimately like you with real-life antics. In theater, you're surrounded by a bunch of freaks, so you don't feel incredibly insecure. You don't feel like the worst one. It was like The Breakfast Club, but uglier, fatter. All the cool characters didn't get in. And I knew that I would be the king of these freaks. It's an easy pyramid to get to the top of. They'd put on a show twice a year. One play, one musical. I did them both because I had no other life. I was in this show, Hello, Dolly. Hello, Dolly, yes. Hilarious show. Not really. It was a happy time. You got someone on the piano, kids rehearsing, kids fucking each other in the corner. Theater is basically a pressure cooker for raging hormones and frustration. I was an actor. I played one of the people, I can't even remember the name, but he was German, which was perfect for a fat brown gay kid to play. We're from a white suburban town. They thought, oh, there's just a foreign kid with an even stranger accent. This is cute. I'm pretty sure the director hated me because she always gave me the whitest and worst roles possible. I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, so I was gonna stick it to them on opening night. I got the keys to the light booth upstairs, but behind the balcony seating in the very back of the theater, behind the audience at the top of the theater, way up there. Basically the command center of all these stupid plays. I got access to that and I sneak in. And this is about an hour before we open, opening night. And I had that much time to be cool. Everyone's finishing their rehearsal on stage. The director left the room. I go up there. I had this whole fucking place to myself. I remember going inside and this giant board, which I didn't know was pre-programmed with light cues and all the toggles were right. No, I fucked that shit up. I'm starting pulling, twerking all over this fucking board, giving my cast on stage a disco. And then we got reds, blues, gold, yellow, whatever that other color is. Pop, pop, splash, splash. It was a wonderful disco. And it was my first one that I ever been to. I was playing, what was it, Linkin Park, I think was my favorite band. Oh, I was a piece of shit. Everyone on stage was clapping and looking up at the jackass in the light booth. It's Brandon Rogers. I just remember feeling I was so popular in that moment. It was such a perfect high school experience. My happiness, however, was short-lived. I hear a pop, I smell a burning. Before you know it, the entire power in that building, completely black. I got the fuck out of that booth like it was on fire, because it might have been. And I remember running downstairs, running to the cast, trying to pretend like I was just on stage the whole time, and the director comes out, someone is about to get their throat slit open. That fucker was going up in less than an hour. We have 0 lights. Who the fuck caused all of this? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I'm about to be expelled. I was not a screw up. I was a good kid who just wanted to have a little bad fun. I remember having this mutual look of please don't out me to the rest of the cast, and they look back at me and say, I got you, bro. It was, in that moment, I felt truly respected. My fellow peers protected me, not just because I was cooler than all of them. No. There was a sense of camaraderie that I never felt in my life. And I mean, I think they owed it to me for giving them such an awesome party right beforehand. So I remember the director saying, you will act your fucking hearts out tonight. You guys have to save the show. And yes, we do. And I'm looking at the rest of my cast. Yes, right? We have to save it from this blunder that someone caused. There's one thing to admire about any group of theater kids. It's the mentality that the show must go on. And it did, and it was so good. We acted our hearts out. Well, we had to because half the technical elements weren't there. As a cast of high schoolers, we fucking killed it. My character had a few lines, but really the core cast are what saved the show. I did feel bad for the lead of the show. She was really looking forward to this role. She had been spending months preparing for it. She was Dolly. She rocked it, and she was such a great actress, but on opening night, people were having to stare up her nostrils with fucking flashlights. We didn't have smartphones back then, so people were having to light up that theater with whatever they had. People were bringing flashlights from their glove boxes. They didn't have flashlights to hand out, so people, BYOF, It was the spookiest Hello Dolly performance I think ever been done. Not even the bathrooms had lights. We had bathrooms in the basement underneath the stage, very spooky. And no one wanted to go down there. I distinctly remember people filling up bottles of piss, jugs of piss, because no one wanted to go down there. I remember we were kicking them back and forth. Someone got hit with the bottle at one point. Yeah, that is my biggest high school and fails weren't a thing back then, besides failing your grades. This was an actual fail, and I did it before it was cool. Had this not happened, I think we would have put on an amazing show, a very visually beautiful production. The parents would have gotten their money's worth. But then I wouldn't have this amazing story to tell, and the show wouldn't have been one of the most memorable performances my high school ever delivered, so you are welcome.